Sips tea. Sips tea, waiting on co-host to join me on the live stream as I sip my tea, darling. I am a tea sipper. I like to sip my tea. Sounds by DJ MJ Beats as I sip my tea. Num, 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 num. The show officially starts in about 9 minutes. I'm waiting for my co-host. With this long-ass spoon. It's a long-ass spoon kind of morning. Darling, I'll be sipping my tea with my long spoon. Sounds inappropriate. Don't know exactly what it means. God damn. I don't know if it was a fly, a mosquito, or a fly. Got my arm twice. I don't know if they jumped me or if it was one that was being greedy. But it got me. Oh, you some of my, that's some of my got me. Ain't that about a break house? Look at that. I'll be scratching on this all day. Miss E, let's go. Good morning, Miss E. Welcome to the Unique and Cheese Show. This is a different format. I think you've been on here once. Different format than what we do for the like musical things. This is more talking and stuff. We got an amazing guest today, a legend in the industry is going to be joining us at 10 a.m. I'm guessing whenever my co-hosts feel the need to join, they will they will join later. That's what we're doing here on this Friday. It is already Friday. The weeks go by fast. I don't know if it's just me or not, but it seemed like the first time. Oh, awesome. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed this format. Yeah, so this is one of the platforms I wanted to start promoting you on. So I'm still formulating in my mind exactly how to do it, but you know what I'm saying? Let's put together some type of something, you know what I'm saying? Whatever words you want me to say about your company, then that's what I'll do. Because Mike, this is my cousin's company, blendedharmony.net. That's my cousin there. My cousins are key in them. So we promote them also. So it's awesome. Christy here. What's up, Aunt Christy? Good morning, Aunt Christy. Where your nephew at? What you do to your nephew, Aunt Christy? Because your nephew ain't he's supposed to be but he ain't So if you seen your nephew, Aunt Christy, tell him he's supposed to be Do. Shout out to DJ MJ Beats. DJ MJ Beats. Also, KK's supposed to be here. She's not here. Natural by hair. Turn up. Good morning and welcome. Thanks for joining us. What does this mean, natural by hair? Like you be doing her? You be selling her? You got her? What you do with the her? You just got natural hair? Represent your natural hair? Turn up. I'm growing my natural hair back too. For those that don't know, I had locks twice before. About like 7 or 8 years each time I had locks. And then they got old. Then I cut them off. So this last time that I cut it off, I was like, you know what? I ain't never going back again. I ain't never going to have locks again. I don't want no locks. Changed my mind. Shout out to KK. She relocked my hair. So my hair is back in the process of getting relocked again. I guess it's just part of me. It's just part of me. I do hair and own a beauty supply. Let's talk about it because I want to promote you. That's what I like. I like when people got their own businesses. When they got their businesses, I want to help. I want to tell people about your businesses. Because even if you tell 2 more people, then them 2 people can tell 2 more people, and them 2 people can tell 2 more people. Do the math. 17 teens. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Get love, spread love. It's all about spreading love. So We're going to spread love. Oh, my goodness gracious. I think Mr. Cheese has decided to join us this morning as I stir my tea with my long-ass spoon. Turn up. Official start time is about 5 minutes away. 5 minutes away from the official start time. Let me add Cheesy Weezy to the screen. Hi, Cheesy Weezy. You too late to come in here and do that. Don't do that.
Why? we live?
Yeah, we live. We go live at 8:55 every Friday. You just join the stream. You just join the show. Welcome. Welcome to Earth. Turn up. We both having a beard contest.
How did you win?
Apples. Young One Love is in the building. Good morning, Young One Love. How did your surgery go yesterday? Please tell me it was successful.
Who got surgery?
A Young One Love was having her robot leg taken. She had a robot leg.
If they on the show, that mean it went successful. Your show ain't that big that somebody be like, I'm dying, but I'm gonna still make it.
No, dum. It's not a life or death situation. It was you know what I'm saying? She was having bars or something like that removed from her leg. So shut your face.
Bars? Her legs a rapper?
Good morning, KK. We're not gonna do that. It's too You didn't show up at enough time to do that. Oh my goodness gracious.
Good morning, KK.
Good morning.
Sips tea. Yeah, so please, Miracle, with the natural hair. Let's talk offline. Hit us up. And we would love to promote your product here on our show. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's about. Each one, teach one, spread love. Did you know that she has beauty supplies?
I know. That's my niece.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you, did you know that she had beauty supplies?
You know when you ask somebody something twice and they don't answer the question, I mean they didn't know. I was like, that's my niece.
Did you see the game last night? Like, yeah. No, but to tell her to hit us up so we can promote her product on here. I love helping people. That's what we do. We like to help people. Young One Love is recovering and resting. Awesome. I'm glad it was successful. You're gonna be back twerking before you even know it. She's been sidelined from the twerk.
How you know she not doing more positive things like squats to strengthen her program and her company? That's a athletic stability of youth and tolerance.
Nah, she was twerking. She was twerking.
She was?
You wasting all them words. Nah, she was twerking. We got about 3 minutes before we drop the intro and get this thing started.
Where can I find her twerking?
At church.
Oh,
get a church twerk. You don't get you a church twerk?
No, brother. They ain't the Lord.
KK, you might have to put headphones on because it's feeding back.
What is it feeding? Because I'm hungry.
That's 3.
Hey, you know what?
Where is it?
Unique?
You want your headphones from out here? You want me to bring your headphones from out here?
Yes, please.
Okay, hold on. Cheese, entertain the people.
They don't pay me to entertain y'all. I ain't entertaining nobody. Who y'all think I am, a clown or something? Ain't no damn clown. I'm a black man living in this world trying to move on, brothers and sisters. Right on.
Thank you.
Clown are telling me to clown to do something. You want me to put a red nose on my nose?
Sure.
I forgot where I was gonna put the red thing on there. Who said sure?
I did.
Don't you start with me this morning. Today ain't the day.
Hey, Erica. Good morning, Erica.
Erica,
oh man, I got gangbanged this morning by some mosquitoes.
Oh, I thought you really got gangbanged.
They did, man. They gangbanged my arm. It's terrible. I'm gonna be doing this the whole show like a crackhead. Like, man, it's different.
I know you. If you ever mention gangbang, I know it ain't the gangbang that I'm from. You gonna get gangbang from the other way. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
The movie.
If I got jumped in.
No, gangbang.
I know what you're talking about, but if I ever got jumped in, I'd be in the middle of it like, stop hitting me. Like, yeah, I can never be in a gang. I can't do it. I can't be that loyal to pain.
You better choose a side.
Whatever. Good morning, everybody.
Nasty.
because he is nasty.
Because
he's
come on.
What
all right.
happened?
It is now 9:05. Let me drop the intro.
Party people. Cheesy. Unique.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up? Yo, 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 it's Unique and Cheese. Here we go. It's Unique and Cheese. Let's start the show. It's Unique and Cheese. Here we go. It's Unique and Cheese. Let's start the show. Ha!
That was cool, right?
Yeah, that was cool. It is the Unique and Cheese Show. Where everybody like to say their good mornings and greetings.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you again for joining us. Happy Friday.
Turn up. Here we go with cheese again. This episode of the Unique and Cheese Show is brought to you by Blended Harmony. Blended Harmony is a beautiful blend of love, peace, and joy that gives your entire body the soothing nutrients only God can give. Giving you products for your skincare, hair care, beard care, and body butter for your body from your head to your toes. If you go to their website, blendedharmony.net, and use the code UC-SHOW, that's Unique Cheese UC Show, and you get a discount on your product. We got our products this week. KK, will you be trying out that the lip gloss?
Trying out all the lip balms, yes.
Turn up, and I'm gonna try that body butter out. So turn up. So big shout out to my cousins Akia and her husband Varen, and you guys be sure to check out blendedharmony.net. Shout out to Anna Third in the building. What's up, Anna Third? Turn up.
So who's in the fourth?
That's 4. you keep striking out. I don't think there's a.
I'm going all day with this.
Anna Third is Zakia.
I'm gonna keep going till you laugh.
That sound like an old ghetto name too. Like, your cousin named Ikea, man. I got a cousin named Ikea too. Like, no, it's Zakia with the
There's
Z.
someone named
That's
Ikea.
5.
Probably. There probably is somebody named Ikea. I would not be surprised. So we got an amazing guest that's going to be joining us today, an industry legend.
What about Ezekiel?
Big Mike Rob's going to be joining us at 10 a.m. this morning.
Big
So
Mike.
we got some things we want to jump into to get this thing started.
Ooh.
First of all,
like a pool?
yeah, like a pool. Jump in it like a pool. I know you can't swim, so I'm gonna watch you drown.
I can swim.
I know.
Yeah.
What if you didn't like somebody?
No, you
Would you stand on the edge of the pool and watch them drown? Like,
No, that's terrible. Even my enemy, I couldn't do that.
you would save them?
I don't know. It depends what he did to me.
I'm about to say you got a good heart. I would at least stand there for, you know what I'm saying? What's the limit? What did it take about a minute to drown? How long does it take to drown? Like, realistically?
Probably like a
you
minute.
do not mess with someone else's life. If they're in danger, you jump.
But okay, but what? How long? What is the expected time?
That's terrible.
If it takes a minute, I'm gonna stand there for 45 seconds. I'm gonna just I want them to feel it. Let them feel it, and then I go in and get them.
Them, but that 45 seconds was a lifetime for them, and they will remember.
And I'm gonna tell them too. I'm gonna tell them I stood there for 45 seconds. You ass. I could have saved you earlier.
Somebody's life.
I saw a clip with Kevin Hart and the guy, his trainer. The big he always running. Yeah. Okay. So they were in the pool, and it became, to me, it became a joke, and it got serious. He was like, he hold Kevin Hart like this, and he threw him under the water, and he said, "Oh, you playing with me?" And he did it again, and then he did it and hold it, and his wife was like, "Hey, that's not funny. It's over now. It's over."
Word.
And then he hold them again, and you can see Kevin Hart trying to play it off like, but I think I sent that to you, and I was like, and I put at the bottom like, "This not funny. This is kind of personal."
Word.
I didn't like that.
As a person who has actually experienced drowning personally, it's no joke. No, the moment you know that you're going down, you better, if there was eye contact, you'll be dead after I survive. That's how it will be if you're enjoying it for 45 seconds before you save my life.
I said an enemy.
Damn, she said
I'm talking about an enemy. I'm talking about somebody you got beef with. That's what I'm talking about. Of course you're gonna say your friend.
See my finger up like I'm in
nope.
church?
I don't see it.
That mean can I charm in?
Charm in. Go ahead and charm in.
I could drown before, but it was a good drown.
I don't even want to know. Okay, so this week, Haitian president. You know what? I heard it said a couple times, and I keep reading it. I keep damaging this guy's name.
Haitian Jack.
Yeah, Haitian Jack, the president of Haitian Jack. What's it? Mosé? Jovenel Mosé.
I have a mosaic in my living room.
I heard it said too. Anyway, so he got assassinated this week, and his wife is currently in the hospital, struggling, fighting for her life.
Are you serious?
I'm really trying to wonder, like, what caused, you know what I'm saying, or what is the reasoning behind them wanting to assassinate him, other than, you know what I'm saying, they want a change of power, because he was technically supposed to be out of office, but he was like, let me just hold on just a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? And I guess they wanted him out of there. They wanted him out of there bad enough that they killed him. I believe that's 17 crazy. People have been arrested so far. 4 of the suspects, I think it's like 8 of them. Yeah, a few of them have been killed by the Haitian police, and the other ones are being investigated. 26 Colombians, 2 U.S. Residents were a part of this hit. And they're saying, according to the video that they were showing, like, these were professionals. Like, this wasn't those people like, you know, we just got to kill the president. Like, nah, son, like, they had training and they knew exactly what they were doing.
You just don't wake up and scratch your hand saying, I'm going to kill a president. You got to be a professional, paid. It's governments involved all over the country. It was a
hit. It was a definite hit.
And we probably have something to do with it. America.
Because America backed him as a president, and anytime America backing somebody, you know what I'm saying, it's some tomfoolery going around.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. I don't know what to think of it, because this is something I don't think we're going to ever find out the truth about until like 15 years later, when people really want to talk about it. So it's going to be all the conspiracy theory stuff for the first bit of it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cover-ups. So in a few years, I think we'll finally know the truth about this. But
it's like Bob Marley. I remember when he died, it was so many rumors for years when I was a kid how he died. And then you watch the documentary, it was something about his foot, right? Like, like, wow. Because he was in politics. Well, he wasn't in politics. He was a,
positive speaker.
Brother. Yeah.
He was in positives. That don't work. Go ahead.
That's it. You drinking coffee or tea?
I'm drinking tea.
Donald Trump was going to be assassinated, but
I never thought he was going to be assassinated.
What are their criteria as to what happens? And it does seem like it's something out of a movie where they get a troop together to go out on a mission to take care of things. But if he's on his way out, what is it that he
was blocking, or you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What has he done?
I don't know.
Only time somebody tried to assassinate me, it was my character.
I'm pretty sure Camille tried to assassinate you a couple times. But she probably was looking at you while you were sleeping, like, I tried to assassinate you.
You what?
I tried to kill it dead, huh?
And then you try to bring me back, wouldn't you?
Resuscitation. Anyway, Erica, I never thought that Donald Trump was going to be assassinated, because the people who do the assassination were on his side. The people who are against Donald Trump, they don't kill people. They just talk a whole bunch of stuff and cry and all that silly stuff. They don't murder. Trump's people were murdering people. Like, that's how they get down on a get down, turn up. So I guess we'll watch that scenario in Haiti and see what happens. It's almost like Haiti can't catch a break. Haiti cannot catch a break. They still in debt to France. They still, you know what I'm saying, nobody found the money that was raised for after the earthquake, when 300,000 people died and millions lost homes. Like, Haiti, yeah, man, Haiti cannot catch a break. It's like, man, I don't know what's supposed to happen for Haiti. And I hope something good happens, you know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when the black country, overturn the white people out their country. They put them in the hole forever. So thoughts and prayers for Haiti. Yeah. Sapase. What did they say, sapase? How do they say that? Something like that. Anyway. Actress Suzanne Douglas, rest in peace to actress Suzanne Douglas. She was best known for her role as the matriarch Jerry Peterson on the WB sitcom The Parenthood with Robert Townsend. That was on the WB from 95 to 99. I used to watch that show. I like that show.
I did too.
I didn't.
You didn't watch that show? Oh, that was in the 90s. When did you graduate high school? What year you graduate? In 95? I guess that was like during your you knew some black people days. I thought that was like
the
pretty black people.
Black actors and black sitcoms. I just didn't watch this particular one.
Yeah.
Check your mouth, cheese.
I don't know.
It was
something
cool
about Robert Townsend. I wasn't really attracted to the shows or the movies that he was in. It just seems so much older when he's in it.
I get what she's saying.
You didn't like the 5 Heartbeats?
I've watched that. Because of that, I feel like the shows that he's in just makes it seem so much older when he's in it. His style. I'm not necessarily attracted
he was
to
a dope writer. Director.
I like Robert Townsend. Very.
Shuffle.
And then the Parenthood was very Cosby Show-ish. It was almost like as modern of a Cosby Show as they could have gotten, because Robert Townsend is very, clean cut. I bet he do cocaine and be pushing pimp. He be pimping and stuff because he's too clean on TV. Like, you ain't clean on TV and off TV. We learned that from Bill Cosby too. Turn up. The cause of death is not being reported so far on Suzanne Douglas. So rest in peace to her. And she was just 65? She's only 65.
Yeah, she's young.
That's crazy. Young. Yeah, and the third, we talked about Cosby last week. You remember her from Inkwell? Yeah, she was in Stellar Got a Groove Back too. Yep, turn up.
She sure was.
Yeah. Well, that's sad.
That's always sad.
That's sad.
You gonna say it again?
One more time. Well, if you gonna say it, then I'm not gonna say it.
It is sad. Did you
That's
share
so sad.
about what you saw this morning?
Say again. Say again.
Did you share what you saw this morning on your drive home?
Excuse me?
On my drive home?
About the neighbor dog, like neighborhood stray dog.
I didn't share that. That was he got hit by a car. Like, you know how most neighborhoods got like that one dog that just walk around and don't nobody bother that dog because they know that it's like the neighborhood dog. He had a collar and stuff, so I'm pretty sure he belonged to somebody, but maybe they were free enough to let him out and to roam the streets. But this morning, as I was pulling into the driveway, I saw him in the street, and he got hit by a car, and he was dead. I was like, oh, that sucks.
You didn't clean him up?
Hell no. He had a big old hole, and all this right here was missing. I don't need that in my life. If I see that, I'm going to be that's going to give me nightmares. No, I like the dog, but from a distance. He wasn't my dog. He was the neighborhood's dog. I'm not touching it. I get squeamish when I see blood and guts.
Did you
all his blood and guts.
You should have got to call somebody.
I would have called Tyrone. I didn't call nobody. I had to get ready for the show.
Damn, you were.
I got love from a distance. I don't need to be sitting there with that
you know you're gonna get calls from the animal lovers.
Why?
For that.
I didn't kill the dog. I just saw it. I mourned. I mourned. I had like a good 3-minute mourn. That's what you can get from me. For what?
No, it's terrible because it didn't bother anybody.
It didn't bother nobody.
Street,
it
was a hit and run.
I mean, the car wasn't still there, but he was still there. So I don't know. I don't know. Either way, he got his whole body blown out.
Sad.
It is sad.
I hope he had a good life.
It's a residential area. You should be driving at a certain speed. And for, what he said, it sounded like somebody like really hit the dog. And
they hit the shit out that dog. From the way it looks like either somebody hit it and another animal came up and started eating it. That's what it looked like. That's what the hole looked like.
That's right. I wonder, like, before he got hit, he was like, "Damn, I shouldn't went down that street."
No, because probably by the time that happened, it was over. Oh, poor puppy.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's sad.
Evil.
That's terrible. No.
Anyway,
that's
sad. To talk about some good news, because that was
Thank you.
That was so. Rest in peace to MF Doom. So we all know MF Doom passed away last October. Right. They are going to name a street after him in Long Beach, where he grew up. So big shout out to MF Doom and big shout out to Long Beach. They don't know
Long Beach? LA, Long Beach?
No, New York.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say I thought he was from the East Coast.
No,
Long
yeah,
Beach in
he
New
is.
York?
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they're gonna name a street after. They don't know exactly what the name of the street is going to be yet, but it is coming. So it was cool. They did the whole petition thing,
right,
to try to get names and stuff. Oh man, see, situations like this, I wish I was a little bit more resilient,
right?
Because when the guy that I grew up with DJing and stuff like that, Bronson, when he passed away, all I thought about was he did so much for that city. It would be cool to have a street named after him there. So
Right.
one of the dudes that, can kind of get that done, shot it down as soon as I brought it up to him. I was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if? And he was like, they're not going to do that. Even though, Winchester's still a good old boys town. And he was like, they're not going to do that. But I'm like, but I still should have kept trying anyway. Like, yo, no, we need to get a petition going and have something named after. Like that guy did a lot for that small town.
Sometimes I think when you tell somebody your dreams or what something you want to do in life, they don't see as far as you, so they quick to knock it down, even to something like that. So you got to just not to prove to them, but just to prove to yourself that hey, this can be done.
Word, and it should have been done. So that's my bad.
Yeah.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
He is MF Doom. Are they contemplating street, route, avenue, corner like that? Or like, are they thinking of a whole name?
Well, what they had
after him, shouldn't it be MF Doom something?
It was, yeah. So they're going to include the MF Doom and they're going to include his regular name too. So I didn't write down what they put since it wasn't the official one, but it was kind of long. It was something, and then it was like MF Doom Way. Like not street, not boulevard, but way.
What does MF stand for? Will we think it stands for? Or is it mother, father?
I don't know. I don't know what the MF and MF Doom stands for.
Okay.
I do
not.
But I think that's exciting for him. What do you guys think about Shay Carey Richardson being banned from the Olympics? What do you guys think about that? And for those that kind of don't know, so the United States Anti-Doping Agency penalized Richardson with a 30-day suspension and disqualified her in the 100-meter dash Olympic trials in Eugene, Oregon last month after she tested positive for marijuana. She basically said her mother passed away. She didn't know how to cope, so she was smoking marijuana to cope. Unfortunately, marijuana is on the anti-doping rules for the Olympics. So they was like, well, we have to suspend it because it's the rules.
Yeah.
So I'm 50-50 on it because as much as I like to try to do my own thing, I'm still about the rules too. And the rules are in place for a reason. Now, are the rules outdated? Yeah, they are. But we just got legal in like in the past 6-7 years. You know what I'm saying? So to expect the Olympic Committee to give that permission, and all the states haven't even given it permission yet. It's kind of far-fetched to be like, that's not fair. But it's against the rules.
Yeah. It is against the rules, and she has her story of her situation, but every athlete has their stories, and there could be even more tragic. It could be worse. They could have fought through so many, obstacles too. So for her to say my mom just passed, yes, that is a great reason. I understand. But the rules existed way before, and you were clear of the rules, so you knew you were not supposed to be doing that stuff. So no, rules are rules, and someone else is gonna come up with their story if that's the case. Like Lance Armstrong, you can say, yeah, I had prostate cancer, that's why, but you're not gonna allow that. So. The rule.
She's being a gangster about it too, because she's like, hey, look, I know I made a mistake, so what I'm saying, I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? I know that I made a mistake. So it seems like everybody else is making a big deal out of this more than she is.
Right.
So
I think, man, like you said, the rules are so outdated, right? Like, because when did you know marijuana could make you run fast? It make you slower, actually. So
true that.
But I feel bad for her because all the hard work, but I love her attitude. She's like, I'm coming back. I'm gonna be better than better, and I believe that she will.
Me too.
She has so much to prove. So I just say my prayers and love and happiness to her, and I can't wait to see her, do what she does.
Turn up. So they got a petition to let Shay Carey run, and they have a goal of 600,000 signatures. They received so far 564,000 signatures of people saying, man, let that girl run. Like, why y'all tripping off that little bit of weed? You know what I'm saying? Come on, she had a little bit of weed.
But who are these people that are getting their petitions if the International Olympic, was it IO something, if they're saying no, hey, you broke the rule, you cannot enter into my competition, then who are they to say, hey, we got 600,000 signatures, you know, let her run? They can't make those decisions. They're not in position to do that.
Yeah. So, but like Cheese said, I like the attitude that she has, and she was saying, I'll see you guys next time. And technically, I don't know how much she'll be missing out this year, because since Japan is going through such a strict COVID outbreak right now, they're not even going to have spectators at any of these sports. So, you know, months ago, they've already banned outside people, like outside foreigners weren't allowed to come in the country. And now the citizens can't even come watch these events either.
Wow.
Right.
So it's just going to be like, on your mark, get set, go.
Wow.
Ain't going to be nobody there cheering. Ain't going to be.
Wow.
Yeah,
do you think they will have?
Did you practice that?
In a way
nope, I made it up right there.
Cover with like the screens to hopefully cheer like they
do like they did with the NBA.
Shows. Do you think they would be able to do that with stadiums and outdoor events? Like have big old screens out that might be able to.
I don't know. At the for the football games, they had cardboard cutouts in the stands. So maybe they have some cardboard cutouts in the stand. I don't know. It's all unnecessary. But I mean, yeah. I know one of the things that help the people. Doesn't it help though? That helps to have people in the audience to scream and cheer for
Absolutely.
you. That gives you that extra push. Yeah.
You know it does. Athletes will straight out tell you like it's the crowd that lifted me up. You know, when it's the crowd that, you know, when they cheer, they just feel it.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
It's like doing a pickup game. If my son out there, I'm gonna do a little more than what I usually do.
And no matter what, you know, being out of this Olympic, it's huge for an athlete. Your body will be aging 3 to 4 years after. You will not be in the same condition, and you don't know what's gonna happen. You know, these decisions are made now. Her pain is not necessarily gonna go away right away if this was the way she was to cope. And by not being in this, it could affect her even more to wait 4 more years when you've waited all your life, or, you know, ever since you started this. It's a huge deal. Even if you were to win with nobody there, you still have that status of I won, I have this. No one can take this away. Now you got to try out again 4 years from now to go through possible similar things and go through 4 years ago. This is what happened, so we have to make sure we got to keep closer eye. So many things could happen that, I think for athletes, every minute counts, every week counts, you know, every second counts.
You're on the countdown. Yep. Until your body don't work no more. Well, maybe next time she should have somebody in her corner, you know what I'm saying? Because there's tea you can drink to get weed out your system. You know what I'm saying? So that should have been taken care of like immediately. She should
let her little sister pee in the cup. I mean, it's so many things. Look what
don't break the rules, but
just drink the tea. There's tea. You can go to GNC and get some tea. Just go to GNC, get the tea.
Understand that drug testing in the Olympic world is not the same type of drug testing that you go to for your work.
I know. Yeah, they got wires all in you.
It's a little deeper than that.
Let me check your poop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I don't know. I guess.
Yeah, she
is anybody,
especially with was that Felix? Is it Allison Felix? She, you know, had her baby. She's gone through her college days, and she's still gonna compete this year too. So she's only 21. She probably has good 2-3 Olympics left in her if she really took care of herself.
I ran in the Olympics before.
Example. No, you didn't. No, you did. Special Olympics.
I did, and I came third too.
Yo, goofy ass.
Still didn't win.
You couldn't even win.
Okay. And this is for us and the people in the comments also. Keep it real. Who is actually excited about watching the Olympics? Word. Okay.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. What did you say?
I'm asking who is actually excited about watching the Olympics.
I love watching track and field. I love watching swimming. I love watching.
I love it all.
Word.
I like the competitive, and because these young folks, like KK was saying, they train their whole life to get to this point.
Yeah,
and it's so beautiful to just see it. Whoever nationalities, what country, but I do root for my people. So, but anyway, yeah, man, it's great. I love it.
Word.
You've seen me watch the Olympics. You've seen me watch sports. I actually, when they swim, when I get really excited, I feel like I'm swimming with them. My body, when they're running and they're reaching for that, the tape or whatever, I'm reaching with it. I actually get really into these things. I don't want to like on though. Dude, people around me, they have to be like 6 feet distance. That's a great thing for me because I will be moving 6 feet around.
Word.
So
all right.
very
Well,
exciting.
We'll see how that goes. So no crowds there for because of COVID. Another place that's also struggling right now really bad with COVID is India. And I don't know if you guys heard this story. I heard this story this morning that, they have a vaccine shortage happening in India right now. And there's been people taking advantage of that. And you know what I'm saying? I want to have hope for humanity, but a lot of times I don't have hope for humanity. So there's these people that were going around to these different apartment complexes advertising that they have the COVID vaccine. And then they had the people come and pay like $17 per shot. But then the people were noticing that weeks later, you know how after you got the COVID shot, you felt symptoms a couple days later, like, you know what I'm saying? Came quick and then it went away. When people were noticing that nothing was happening, they were wondering what's going on. So it turns out they weren't getting the COVID vaccine. They were getting injected with seawater. No, salt water. Salt water. Yeah, they were getting injected with salt water. Playing with these people's lives, injecting them with salt water just so they can make a buck.
They probably was underwater, like, why am I breathing down here so long? Right? Like, they probably working that way.
When I noticed, so they were saying like days later when they realized that they weren't getting the regular fever symptoms, they weren't getting the body aches. I thought maybe they were feeling seasick because it was the salt water that they were putting in their body. So,
no. But so pretty much, I guess all of those Indian people were getting placebo in a way, and salt it's just pretty much saline. Saline is what they give you in the hospital when you're dehydrating and for you to hydrate yourself. That's kind of the thing that they were given.
It's not bad for them, but it ain't helpful.
Oh no, it's not helpful at all, but it's not bad at all either. But I wonder how many people. But through this act, how many people now did they really catch the COVID? Because now they feel like they've been taken care of. They can be freer than other people who hasn't gotten the shot. So is there like signs of that happening?
I doubt it. But it's dangerous in a sense because here you are, you feel like you've gotten vaccinated. So now you out all willy-nilly skipping around like you've been vaccinated and you haven't been. So now you're susceptible to still getting a disease. You know what I'm saying? So that makes the situation to me even worse.
Absolutely. What's willy-nilly?
Chrissy, we're not doing that. What willy-nilly, like all free with no thought. Just all willy-nilly.
Do you know
him? I'm gonna kick you right in your ass.
Oh my goodness. She said womp womp womp.
Yeah, I told Chris we're not doing that.
In my life who says that. Your sister and Christina.
We're not doing that. Okay, so I wanted to share two things that are coming up. One, I am actually excited about watching this. I was nervous at first because some of the other things weren't as good, but I really feel like this is going to be good. So for the family movie tonight, I think we should watch.
You don't know everything about me. I've lived a lot of lives before I was an Avenger. Before I got this family. I made mistakes choosing between what the world wants you to be and who you are.
Turn up. It's like it's gonna be good.
We have to go back to where it all started.
Where did you think I was all this time?
We have unfinished business.
My girls are the toughest girls in the world.
I'm sorry. We had our orders and we played our rules.
It wasn't real.
It was real to me. To me, you were everything.
Bring her home.
Put your seatbelts on. She's such a mom. One thing's for sure. I'm done running from my past.
I know that's right, girl. Yes, darling.
I'm excited to watch that. That looked like it's gonna be
I'm excited too,
pretty
but
good.
that trailer seemed a little long. Like,
Did it seem long? It made me even more
prefer,
excited.
Like, short trailers.
Ooh, I bet you it did.
You want to see?
I didn't see half the movie already. That's
Well, you
what I'm
probably
saying,
did.
'cause-
You know they always show the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? You get,
exactly.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm interested in seeing this. I don't know much about Marvel. I don't get into it that much. I call my brother if I need to find out stuff. But I want to know what makes her such a badass. I want to see what her origin story is, because she's fighting next to Iron Man and all these people with superhero powers, and she can just fight real good. So I want to know what created Black Widow. So that's I hope that gets answered for me.
And did her husband die? Like, why they call her Black Widow?
I don't know. Ain't that a spider?
Oh yeah, it is.
Black Widow is a spider.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Did you just
But I'm
ask
interested
that?
in seeing that.
Have you ever seen a White Widow?
Relax. I mean, I guess, yeah.
Plenty.
Plenty. This is something that I actually watched, and I want to see who else has seen this also, because I thought this was dope. Shout out to Questlove.
As soon as you move down, we can start.
Yeah, I saw it.
Welcome to the Harlem Culture Festival. Here in the heart of Harlem.
What time is it? You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials, because the revolution will not be televised.
Turn up.
The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
I thoroughly enjoyed that docu movie.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
It seemed like back in those days, they didn't have shorts and t-shirts. They all, because that was the summertime. They that looked uncomfortable, man.
Right?
Yeah, they all sweating on stage. I'm like, man, y'all don't got no t-shirt back there.
Hey, Aunt Flapper. Aunt Flapper, where did you go to that?
She probably went to twice.
You might was a little kid at that one. I don't know. Was you out there, Aunt Lisa? Did you go to that? Turn up. Okay, so while much of the nation was turned towards Woodstock, that same summer in Harlem, Tony Lawrence, who I feel is an unsung hero in this whole scenario. Good morning, Victor Orlando. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, let me stop the music just to say round of applause for our brother Victor Orlando, who is now cancer-free. Yes, sir.
Right on, brother.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
He beat that cancer booty down. He beat the cancer. Turns all the way up. Shout out to Victor Orlando.
Hugging you, my brother.
Virtual hug for
Hugging you,
Victor.
brother. Right on.
Okay, so with this summer jump off in Harlem. So this dude, Tony Lawrence, who was like a nightclub promoter and singer and performer, like he put this thing together. You know what I'm saying? He got the park involved. He got the city involved. He got all these other artists and stuff involved. Like and it put like a battery in my back for the resiliency of what this man did, because I tried to find more information about him online and it was very limited. So I was just like, man, this dude is incredible, man. So shout out to Tony Lawrence for being the person that brought this all together.
Right.
So the Harlem Cultural Festival of 1969 would be his most significant. The heroin epidemic had ravaged Harlem, and the community was racked by riots. This was after Dr. King's assassination. Right. This was after both the Kennedy's assassination. Like, the country was completely falling apart. And here this guy had this vision, this idea to bring everybody into this area and celebrate their blackness together. And it was an amazing film. And I enjoyed all the artist performances. I like the documentary portion of it, but I would like to just watch the show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And watch it from beginning to end. But it was amazing. I really love the Fifth Dimensions performance, and in the crowd you can see that they didn't know who some of the people were, but the talent spoke over everything.
Right.
It was amazing.
I swear, Gladys Knight and them pimps, them boys can dance. I know they choreography is like
so on
point. Did you see it?
One mic, three dudes, one mic. Yeah.
In suits. In suits. I'm like, and they look smooth. They be like, oh, it's just I love watching them, dude.
Yeah. So if anybody has not seen that yet, I highly recommend you watch Summer of Soul. It's playing in movie theaters. You can see it there, but it's streaming on Hulu right now. And once again, shout out to Questlove for directing it. This was crazy. Okay, so somebody had the idea that, yo, this is going to be incredible. Let's set up all these cameras and let's really film this thing. And they did. And then when they tried to sell it, no station wanted to buy it from them to show it.
Of course they didn't.
Nobody would got behind. I'm like, damn, nobody? Yeah. Nobody.
Even Quest had a challenge, even getting it,
to get it
to the public and get it to the festival, so it can be sold.
That's incredible.
Anything with that, they make it challenging.
This is something that's coming to public 50 years
later. They said this footage has been sitting in somebody's basement for 50 years.
Wow. That's amazing. What great work.
So keep it real. If they wouldn't have even did this, we would have never known about it. Only people who knew about it were the people who went.
Yeah. Wow. But could you imagine how many other things that's in the vault or something just like we'll never see or under, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's crazy.
There's a Jesse Jackson porno. I'm just kidding.
What is he saying? Hope?
He said, what I want you to do is bend over so I can put it on your shoulder. I don't know. Just
what?
So aunties
why my shoulder?
Listening, watching.
Yeah.
Okay, can we give
disrespectful.
You shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Can we give our props and our love to Zalia Avant-Garde, who is the first African American to win the National Spelling Bee. She won the Scripps National Spelling Bee on Thursday. She spelled out the word. I'm gonna see if I can pronounce it right. Moriah. Is it Moriah? Murraya.
Mariah.
Murraya. Is it Moriah? I can't even say it. And this little girl spelling it. Turn up. Anyway, so at just 14 years old, let me tell you who this little girl is. At just 14 years old, not only did she win the spelling bee, she is also in the Guinness World Book of Records because she's also a basketball prodigy. And she's in the Guinness World Book of Records for dribbling 6 basketballs simultaneously for over 30 seconds.
I can do too.
Thanks for the share on Christy. Yeah, so that's how amazing this young girl is. So she's like, either I want to go to the NBA or I want to go to Harvard and da-da-da-da-da. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to this young lady, 14 years old. 14 years old out here killing the game, making me feel like I didn't do nothing yesterday. Crazy.
Word does sound like Mariah, but I'm sure she probably
like Murray.
The origin, the definition, and I don't know what else they asked because seriously, I would have said Mariah.
Erica said it's like Murray.
Is it Murray?
Yeah. It's a genus of the Asiatic and Australian tropical trees having pinnate leaves and flowers with imbricated petals. She's smart as hell because I would be like, huh? It's a what?
Absolutely amazing. She's black. Yes. First.
Yeah, she's African American. She's the first African American, not the first black. First African American.
Amazing.
Yeah,
And
there was
you
a
know that when they're this focused, that other areas that they're involved in, they're probably really focused in also. So for her to be this prodigy in basketball, it is not surprising. Somebody who
word.
puts in much work in one area is not going to allow other areas to be mediocre or,
Yeah.
not too
You think
far.
you think
Wow.
because normally that's the Indians be killing on the spelling bee. You think they was mad
They
like I
sure
cannot
do.
believe that this black girl can spell like this.
Hi, Miss Sexy.
Nope.
Yeah. Miss Sexy E's in the building. Good morning, Miss. Good morning, Miss Sexy E. I want to
Well,
thank
what
you
I
so
feel
much for
is that
being
what
here.
they will do is probably go and study
What's up,
harder
girl?
than they've done before. So now that they put in 12 hours a day, they may put in 16 hours a day to, make sure that they get a win next year. Because I've seen a documentary of preparation of the spelling bees, and these kids.
Yeah, it's no joke.
That
It's
they
no joke.
read every day, the words that they figure out, other languages that they know. They actually have coaches and trainers who work with them. So and I was a 5th grade spelling bee champion. So
Yeah, Kira won. She did it.
and Kira did it. What did you do it in 3rd grade? I don't
for
know.
her.
Yeah.
But to this level, nowhere near. We're like elementary level. This is like professional level. These kids. Have you watched these?
No.
I watched them before. They unbelievable, man. I be like, how did, and the kids be like, what? So can you say the word again? And they
put it in a sentence?
They break it down, man.
May I have the origin? Yeah, they're amazing.
Very serious. Yeah.
How do they know how to like? And then they say, can you put, like he said, put it in a sentence, and then they go back, like, can you? And they kill it, dude.
They
KK
can't
spells
write
well.
it down, so they have to do it by memory. They can do that, gestures of seeing how they do, but they can't write anything down. If they
Why are you making that
spell,
face?
they stop. They have to let them know that they're restarting. You can't do it more than once. It's whole. I don't know if the rules have changed, but yeah.
I like
spelling bee is very exciting.
For Victor Orlando, that's true. Like, shout out to her parents for supporting her, because that's not something you can just be like, I'm just gonna go in the spelling bee. Like, no, her parents really support her and had her back. So that's beautiful.
Yeah,
that is beautiful.
She was doing that, and when she was probably 1, she was starting it off.
It's hilarious. DJ Jazzy Lou said, I'm lucky I can spell my name, brother. Me too. I am an awful speller. I am a spell check fool. Like, you know what I'm saying? I go to my phone all the time and be like, hey, man, how do you spell? Like, yeah. Even my phone be looking at me like, come on, cuz, you can't spell that. And I'd be like, sorry, no, I can't.
Your phone gangbang?
Yep, my phone be gangbang. Hey, Crip, good. Like,
so stupid.
It happens. It happens. Anyway, we got about 12 more minutes before our guest joins us this morning. Big Mike Rob will be in the building. Industry professional, helped launch so many careers, Silento, Tyga, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So big shout out to Big Mike Rob will be here in a second. Now, there is going to be a party in Las Vegas for all the aunties. All the aunties in the building. But I'm trying to see if this is going to sell or not, though. Turn up. So members of the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and Boys to Men are teaming up for a Las Vegas event they're calling the After Party. It's going to be at the Venetian Resort, August 19th through the 22nd, and it includes AJ McLean and Nick Carter from the Backstreet Boys, Joey Fatone, Joey Fatone from NSYNC, and Wanye from Boys to Men. So they're going to be doing their group's greatest hits, and also they're going to be singing other songs also. Like they're saying like they had an amazing time in their rehearsals, and they're very, very excited to share what it's going to be. So my selling point was Wanye. I would go see Wanye. Like, to me, like, Wanye, I think one of the greatest singers that ever whined on a record. You know what I'm saying? I like me some Wanye. But is this a record? I'm asking the people in the chat. Is this a show that you would go see? To go see Nick Carter, AJ McLean, Wanye, and Joey Fatone all singing together in Las Vegas? Does that sound like a good Vegas night to the people in the comments?
What is their target age? What is considered the aunties?
The people who was growing up listening to them sing? If you was a Backstreet Boys or NSYNC or a Boys to Men fan who were all popular in the 90s at the same time, I would be trying to target them. The grown folks that's about, what, 40, 45, 35 now? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's auntie night. It's going to be auntie night. Auntie Chrissy said it's gonna be a real auntie weekend in Vegas for your birthday. Turn up.
It's more like Jodeci and Jacket.
Erica says for free. Ain't that I ain't gonna be for free, Erica. You can get your tickets.
They're gonna be on a corner. I still got it.
Nice like this. I wish.
That would be to August 19th.
I'll make love to you like you want me to. I don't want to hear the Backstreet Boys or NSYNC sing "I Make Love to You." No, don't do that. They can do the background vocals. Okay, they can do the background vocals and let Wanye do the lead. Either way,
yeah,
I think they got.
If I would be interested because this is just member per group.
Yeah,
this is the actual group, so it might not be what back in the days that we're looking forward to in the concert. So, nah.
I don't know much about Backstreet Boys, and I don't know that much about NSYNC. But I'm gonna guess that they ain't the heavy hitters from them groups. But I'm glad it was Wanye that they picked from Boys to Men, because if it was like that skinny face Sean dude or whatever, I'm like, I don't want to go see him singing on concert. Or the little ugly one, the third one that you really don't get no airtime. I don't want to go see him either. So I'm glad at least it's Wanye.
Well, you talking about the one that looked like Craig Mark and Biz Markie?
Oh, Erica said, if JT ain't there, I don't want it. It just won't be there. They said they're gonna have special guests. You know what I'm saying? But who knows?
He ain't going. Come on.
I think Justin Timberlake.
He won't even Skype that
concert.
Special.
They called Justin. Justin was like, "Y'all doing what? Where? I'm good."
He probably didn't even pick up his phone when they called.
He was like, "Who this? AJ McLean?"
They don't even got the number.
If it was like the members, the main one of each group, I think it'd be a different story. But
it would be
just one.
It's pieces. Yeah, it's pieces.
Come on, man. And not the right pieces.
Right.
Where's Joey McIntyre? That's the one I know.
This would be dope if they could figure out a way to get the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and Boys to Men to do a concert like in Vegas. That would be a good run. Like get the groups. I might want to see them old dudes. Hey, let them open. Let the New Kids on the Block open, since they are the originators, kind of. No, it would have to be. It'll be New Edition, New Kids on the Block, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, and Boys to Men. That would be a turn up. Let's go, auntie party.
Whoa,
that's the auntie party.
Yeah, that Aunt Christy says she's waiting for New Edition. They are putting together a residency in Vegas.
Really? Mm-hmm. This is what I hope they do. Wow. I would go to that too. I would say that have it in enough time where Bobby can get rid of some of that gut, you know what I'm saying? So he can participate in the whole show.
Because he gets too tired.
And their residency will be dope because they can have the whole New Edition. They can do Ralph Transvent music. They can do Belle Biv DeVoe music. They can do Bobby Brown. Oh man, that would be such a great show. That would be Johnny Gill. They could do Johnny Gill shit. Come on, man. Oh man.
Good tonight.
Now that's a show. That's a show right there.
Your red dress.
And slip on your high heels. And put some of that sweet perfume. It sure smell good on you.
Not on that lipstick.
That's the same part again. Yeah. I would go to that. I would go to that. To me, that sounds like an incredible, and it sounds like something that you would see in Vegas, to see the whole New Edition and then have everybody do the individual sets. Come on, man.
Hell yeah.
Come on, man. If anybody needs, when that's finished and you need that organized so you can go, hit up Miss E. Let's go. She has a traveling service agency and she will hook that up for you. You know what I'm saying? Help you get your rooms and everything. You get to meet Bobby. You can put cocoa butter on Bobby's stomach. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, turn up.
Would you do it?
Put cocoa butter on Bobby's stomach? I would not.
Oh,
that doesn't look fun at all. No. Oh yeah. Did you see the history of This Is Pop on Netflix? I did not, Erica. But if that's something that I need to watch, I'll put it on my to-do list and hopefully get to it. Turn up. That'd be dope. Turn up. We got a few minutes before. Okay, man. It's time for wash your ass and brush your teeth.
Uh-oh.
Dishwash your ass and brush your teeth. I just, you know what I'm saying? I really want to believe in the human race. I do. I really do. I don't want to have, pessimistic thoughts of, God coming back in and hitting us with another flood and clean it out again. You know what I'm saying? But I would understand if that happened. Dishwash your ass and brush your teeth is going to Mr. Dorian Frost. Mr. Dorian Frost is facing felony charges of promotion of a prostitution of a younger person than 18 years old. What did this bitch do? This bitch allegedly tried to prostitute an 8-year-old at $800 an hour.
I'm done. I'm done. In Jesus' name, that's terrible.
The only reason why they caught him is because undercover agents went online to find out. You know what I'm saying? He tried to use all these aliases to cover up who he was, but they eventually found out who it was. And it's like,
thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Cuz.
That breaks
She's
my
8.
That breaks my heart.
She's 8 years old. She's 8.
It's a baby. That's a baby.
Did you see the video of the, I guess the cops have helped that 6-year-old child from being kidnapped?
No,
Somebody tried to abduct a 6. I didn't download the video. I didn't watch it either. I just read the story. With some of this stuff, I just can't. When it comes to children, I just can't. I don't understand.
They should just die, dude.
Yeah.
Parents, watch your kids. Keep your eyes on your kids. No one else is gonna watch them like you watch them. Just
Amen.
Kids. Why is this pedophile? What is this person called? Why does this person have
a pedophile pimp?
8-year-old child? I don't understand. This is probably somebody that you trust. That's probably in the line of business that deals with children all the time. God, you gotta keep very close eyes on your kids.
Yeah. What is even the pickup line for something like that? Like, hey, you want some candy? No. You want like $800 worth of candy? Like,
No, kids at the age of 8 don't know money, concept of money. Like, this is ridiculous. Where are you getting these ideas?
And what sucks is that luckily they caught him, but could you imagine all the people that's not getting caught? And this is, you know what I'm saying, this is a reality for somebody in their life.
They caught him now, but what has he done before? Like,
exactly.
Is this the only time? And is this the only person? Is this the only victim that is involved in this? And what about the other end?
Yeah.
People that are communicating.
Who's buying it? Yeah, who's paying $800? Yeah. That sucks.
I know this has got to be hitting Cheese hard because he's got a 7-year-old. Like, this is sickening. Thank God you spend every waking moment with your child because shit, this is.
Yeah, man.
It's
There's no word for it.
I don't know when I cannot worry about my children, even though they're bigger than me, they're stronger than me.
Still worry, yeah.
They're young, naive.
It's the evil world. This is disgusting.
Disgusting.
And we don't want our children to be raised in this world to be aware of these things, but we have no choice but to teach them these things without us having to want to, or them even when it's uncomfortable.
Got to keep it real with them.
You have to, exactly. And that's the sick part, is that we have to keep it real, and this is what real is.
This is what real is.
Unfortunately.
And then you got to try to figure out at what age to do it, because you got to sit them down and be like, look, 2 things. 1 thing, they ain't no Santa Claus. And then 2 things, this world is disgusting and you need to be on your guard at all times. I'm going to protect you as much as I possibly can while I can. But if I'm ever not around, or if it's my time to leave this earth, I need to weaponize you with this information, because you live on a disgusting planet.
Because if this person is online selling these children for those purposes, that means this person probably has done something with these children themselves to know that, these kids are willing. I don't know how an 8-year-old could be willing, but they've done certain things that says, okay, I can send this kid off.
Word.
Damn.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. This is what we gonna do.
I would want to go to prison just to meet up with him, head up in the prison.
This is
hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's 10 o'clock. We're going to bring in our guest, B. Mike Rob. We're going to take 1 second. This is the Unique and Cheese Show. Ooh.
Party people. Cheesy. Unique.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up? Yo, yo, it's Unique and Cheese. Here we go. It's Unique and Cheese. Let's start the show. It's Unique and Cheese. Here we go. It's Unique and Cheese. Let's start the show. Ha.
That was cool, right?
Yeah, that was cool. Welcome to the second hour of the Unique and Cheese Show. We got an amazing guest joining us this morning. I don't think y'all understand the magnitude of the man that we got visiting us today. If we got any artist in the building right now, get out your pen and your pad and get ready for B. Mike Rob is in the building. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
What's good? How you guys doing? Unique and Cheese. What's up?
Doing
Who's
pretty
the
good.
young lady we got here?
This is my wife. This is my wife, KK.
Hey, I'm KK.
KK. Hey, KK.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Turn out. So I met Mr. Rob here during the High School Nation tour. He was traveling and introduced us to Silento, Mr. Whip, Mr. Nene. But your history goes way back before the Silento days.
Yeah.
So I read your bio and posted it on our site too. But just outside of that, you can give us the brief history of B. Mike Rob. You know what I'm saying? Where you started from. On your comeuppance, we would greatly appreciate that. Turn up.
Yeah. So first off, I'd like to thank you guys for having me on the show, man. I mean, actually, Unique when we met, man. I mean, it's always been chemistry, and it's always been like-minded people together, which is a good thing to help other people that's to prosper in this music industry.
Turn up.
So I want to thank you guys for that, and congratulations on all you guys and your show. But aside from that, yeah, I got started years ago. I mean, it goes way back. I was a DJ in high school, and from high school, I was always into youth and stuff like that, and mentoring them. And went to college, went to UNLV, graduated, and from there went to got drafted, played pro football for like almost 8 years.
Oh snap! I didn't know you played football.
Yeah, I played football, so I got drafted. out in San Francisco, but then hurt my knee and then ended up playing arena football for 6 years. So but yeah, so it was cool. But so with that being said, I pretty much started developing artists. We created a spot in the Bay Area called UGMX, which stood for Unity Gathers Many Experiences. And with that, it was about mentoring youth, teaching them how to become entrepreneurs, and teach them leadership skills in life. And a lot of the youth are, I've noticed that they are pretty much engaged when it comes to music. You can definitely get their attention. So that's where we all started with that. And then I developed a crew. We went to, took them to BT. They were called New Era, and they pretty much won the battle for the 106 and Park Wild Out Wednesdays, and then BT asked me to be a part of the West Coast. So I took over the West Coast for running the 106 and Park and Wild Out Wednesdays for being an executive talent scout. So
nice.
Started putting a lot of kids and the youth and stuff on there from the West Coast, because a lot of people didn't understand back in the days when 106 and Park was out on the East Coast. It was 3 hours ahead of us.
Mm-hmm.
By the time we got to vote, it was already off. They were already sweeping up and cleaning up. So I never counted on the West Coast. So what we did is we started going to do school tours and started having people saying, I said, if you allow them to vote at 3 o'clock in school, then we'll make sure we bring the kids through and they can sign autographs and stuff like that. So that it worked out.
Nice.
And that's when voting parties came into play. So it was good on that. And then from there, it just catapulted to another level. And I developed Tyga, Ray Shrimmer, Audio Push, New Boys. A lot of people don't even know where Ray Shrimmer got their name. You know what I mean? They hooked him up. I hooked him up with Mike Will. Mike Will got a deal over to Interscope which is his production deal was eardrummers. And if you spell it backwards, it's Ray Sherman.
Wow. Turn up. Oh,
So,
turn up.
Mm-hmm. And Gabby Wilson. Shout out to Gabby Wilson. She's doing great. You guys know her as her.
Wow. Yeah, she is killing the game right now. New album is amazing.
Worked with her since she was 10 years old.
Word. Oh man, she's just oozing with talent.
Yeah, definitely. She's always played instruments and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, and the list goes on and on. Minus Behavior.
Word, remember them?
So I mean, and it's I've always created a platform for independent artists and teaching the music industry, because a lot of people, they understand the music side of it, but they don't understand that it's business.
Word. I was good to hear that too.
Yeah, so that's where it all started, man. And I got a long story, but I mean, that's the short version of it. And it's not even about, like I tell a lot of people, it's not even about the money. It's about the principle of it. It's seeing if you're really going to invest in yourself as an artist.
Word.
And that's pretty much what it is, because you'll go out and buy a brand new pair of shoes and get your swag right, but you go into a studio, you want to hook up.
Word. Word.
Right.
So just hearing you speak, I got 3 questions from that. One, since high school, you've seen that you wanted to help the youth to grow and get exposed. Like, what hit you to made you think that, especially like in high school when you were one of the youth? Like, what made you want to help out?
That's because of the fact that one thing about my mother and my brothers, they always took us to places to help out a lot of the community and stuff. And I saw a lot of homeless kids and saw a lot of people that, you know, back in those days was like, when you were homeless, you were homeless.
Word.
So you didn't have a tent or anything like that. You were homeless. So it was like, and kids disappearing. I mean, back then it was milk cartons. You were like the milk carton, you were missing, you know? So it was like all those things. And I always said I wanted to help. And I noticed as a DJ that we are like the quarterbacks. Nothing starts until the needle hits the record.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we can really change the narrative of the crowd, of how they're feeling. I tell a lot of DJs, the younger DJs that I work with, is that if you play a song, step on my shoes and I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. Believe me, somebody's getting punched in the mouth that night.
All day.
Because you just put it in their head. You control the narrative of what's going on with that crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just very important for you to read that crowd when you're playing a record. If they start walking off the floor, you know you got to get to a different, BDM. You know, but it's those kind of things that help. Basically, made me feel like that I wanted to. When I get older, I want to help the youth.
Nice. My second question was, what position did you play in football?
Fullback and linebacker.
Fullback and linebacker.
You got to go both ways.
Got you. Turn up. And then, my third question is, and I know this is out of your control, but how important was it for programs like 106 in Park and all those other shows on BET during that run to have?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, yes. And
it was. Sorry to cut you off, but no, it was very, very important, because what happened is that, music is worldwide, and we know music started before time. Where music started was, especially the hip hop, was the drums. How the Africans used to play drums to pretty much spread the word of what's going on through villages.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's where the drum beat came from. But from there, it pretty much opens up a door of just communication. That's the main thing. It opens up it's all about communicating through the music. That's why I look at the whole scenario when it comes to that.
And I really feel like either like Revolt TV, BET has an online platform now, even YouTube, even Facebook has whatever they do for the Red Table Talks and all that. I think they're missing a huge opportunity to bring back these teen-related shows and just put it on their live platforms. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause the teens are on their phone all day anyway. Put something on there that they can watch.
I had a show. It's crazy because I had a show called like Who's Next. I also had a show. It was for the youth and stuff like that. But it's like you said, it's very important because of the fact that it helps other youth, communicate. Now it's like they're communicating through the negativity and stuff, but they'll blast that, blast the negativity all over the place, put a shine on that spotlight on that. But when it comes to just the positivity, I guess it would never be any news if there was just positive. That's how our kids think now. If it's just all positivity, then it's like everybody it's just so the whole narrative is all messed up, man. It's just all messed up. And these platforms are the ones that can really change they can really change when we say we can't change the world, but we can, pretty much mark our spot. But if social media comes together and just start putting up those, like sin, the teen summits, the young teens getting pregnant, if they do all those kind of shows, it trust me, because kids don't go to TV anymore. They're like, everything is on your phone, on hand portables now.
Yep.
So it's like, I don't understand what the problem is with that. I think it's just so much negativity that's what's best right now for everyone, I guess.
Oh, that's so disheartening to hear. That breaks my heart.
Yeah.
How important is it when you meet the artists, these young artists? Like, how important do you drive the point to them? Like, yo, the content that you create is very, very. The message that you're sending is very important. Like, do you tell artists like, sorry, I can't work with you because this is the content that you're making, or is it like, well, I'll help develop anybody, or does it matter?
What it is that the main thing is just to get them on my playing field first. And then you can kind of read and see who wants to be helped and who wants to take constructive criticism and who wants to go to the next level. I do a show, an independent showcase every 2 weeks out in the Lancaster area. And I allow people to come in there and talk, whatever. I mean, it's 18 and over, and I allow them to come in there and pop their stuff. Let them come in there and deliver how they want to deliver. But afterwards, then I tell them, I say, so do you ever want to be on radio? Do you want to be on television? Do you? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, that's where I'm trying to go. Well, you have to clean it up.
Word.
You know what I mean? Instead of trying to just change a person, you got to give them room to be able to grow and to be able to develop. And if they want to develop, they're going to develop. If they don't want to develop, they're not going to develop. They already have their own way. Like, they'll go out and buy all the other stuff before they come to the studio. And it's like you would think if it's your own, you put that much money into it.
Yeah.
And they just, and again, it's not about just the money. It's about, you definitely going to need a budget to get quality stuff in this industry. And you don't have to go broke doing it, because there's a lot of scammers out there. There's a lot of shysters out there, and there's, but at the end of the day, it's like when they come across my table, it's like they've already been got. So they're really like the trust issues.
Yeah.
The one that can really help you.
Ah, man. Coming out of this pandemic that we just had, and everybody's been locked down for about a year and a half, what would you like to see from artists emerging?
I'd actually like to see the artists really like start to get their quality, get their stuff, like as an artist, really take serious about your sound, and stop really concentrating on what's already been said. And I know it's like with this social media, you're hot today and you can be cold tomorrow. But the main thing is just the fact that back in the days, true hip hop, true R&B took their time and they got it right. But I know it's quick nowadays, but you still can get with the right people and just get your music right. I just want them to understand. Coming out of this pandemic, I would like them to understand again the music and the business side of it.
Yes.
That's the main thing, because they don't get the business side of it, man. I mean, a lot of people, I ask them, what is an ISRC? A lot of them don't even know what that is. And international standard recording code that's programmed in every music that you put out. That's how they track it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tell them all the time. I always try to tell them, you guys need to look up that. What is an EPK? It's electronic press kit. You need one of those. What is a one sheet? We don't, us as executives, we don't want to have to go around the internet looking for you. If you give us a one sheet, it has all your social media, has your bio, it has all your links on one sheet. All we got to do is click and play. That's what we want to look. That's what we look for. So it's like when you like go follow me over here, go follow me over here, and do your research on your name. If you pull up, a lot of people know me as Big Mike, but if you pull up Big Mike, you're gonna see about 1,000 of us.
Word.
But if you pull up, so I changed the narrative when it came to that, and I put B Mike Rob. So if you pull up B Mike Rob, I'm the only one that's gonna come up.
Word.
So that's what I mean when it says, when I say, even pay attention to your name, because your name is your brand, and that's important. If you got, you're not gonna see the Unique and Cheese show all over the place. When you guys pull that up, you guys are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So that's the main thing, is you start building a name and you don't even know, you're just building it because somebody called you that. That can ruin your deal. I sat at the table with plenty of labels, and they said, "How'd you come up with your name?" And they say, "Oh, my boys used to just call me that, so that's what I use. I don't know." And the first thing you're gonna do is you can lose a deal like that. I've seen it happen before, because
wow, just that fast.
Concentrate on your name. Why are you gonna concentrate on the money that we give you then?
Just that fast, somebody lost that opportunity. Wow,
that fast, because when you pull it up, you have somebody that's in the corner that's typing that name in, that's registering that name if they already feel like they're gonna sign you.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna own that name automatically. So when you get signed to a label, the first thing you need to do is make sure that when you go in, everything is licensed to you. You got it registered, because once you go in there, and if you're a hot artist, they're gonna patent that name. And then when you leave, you're gonna leave on a different name. They own that name.
Message.
That fast and easy. So it's like, definitely, look into your brand. Make sure that and don't switch it up so often, because you're gonna confuse people.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like a record. A lot of people will create a single, and they'll come home and they'll let people listen to it, and they'll come back to the studio and say, "Oh, I'm ready to record something else." Well, why? Because everybody didn't like it. Who is everybody? 2 people.
Word.
You'll hear a lot of artists say, "Oh, everybody didn't like it, man, so I'm gonna do something else." It literally takes like a year to really push a single, to really get it popping.
I was gonna ask you about that also. I'm glad that was a pretty good segue. Okay, so I read this and watched this article about releasing a single, and it was like a whole 6-week process that they had. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to know, when you're working with artists, is there a particular playbook that you use to be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do to release this next single? Yes.
I the first thing we do is make sure that when the single comes out, we make sure that we plan the listening party.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the listening party, it usually conducts about 20 to 25 people. And what I do is I get quiet headphones, the silent headphones, because when you're in a listening party and you're playing music, 95% of the time people are not paying attention to music.
Yeah.
They're eating, they're socializing.
Mm-hmm.
They got on them silent headphones. They can't talk to each other.
Good idea.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't talk. They have to listen to the music. You're in the microphone. You're explaining how you came up with the single, and they're listening to it. And what I normally do is I'll put like 1 through 5 on that. A 1 through 5 judge on that single. And if it's multiple singles, then I'd usually do multiple singles, put 1 through 5. And we don't have them put their name on the paper. We just say, we want you to judge the song. So all those 25 people, if 20 people say, give it a 5, then we know we get it.
Mm-hmm.
If 20 people say, give it a 1, then we know maybe we need to go back to the drawing board.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't know who judged it, but at the same time, we gave them an option to listen to it, and we call, and we don't just call all our friends, because your friends will set you up for failure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's what you got. And it's nothing against your friends, but they'll set you up for failure. Oh, you hot? You need to sign tomorrow. I call them the jailhouse lawyers. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Oh man, what you do? Oh man, I killed somebody. Oh, you only go get a year. You good? You go to court, and you got life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's those kind of things, and that's pretty much that's the first thing. The second is we want to make sure the branding is right, and that's the cover, album cover, or single cover, or whatever it is. Make sure you get a photo shoot before we even shoot a video. We don't jump into a video right away.
Mm-hmm. Because
I understand visuals are everything, and I get it. Content is key. I get that as well. But you gotta let the record get legs up under it. And I try to tell a lot of people, radio advertisement is the best way to go.
Radio advertisement
is the best way to go. That's 30-second. Those are 30-second snippets. I'll give you you know what I mean when I say radio advertisement. But
yes,
if they add a lot of people don't get it. They first thing they say is they wanna can I get my song on the radio?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. So it goes something like this. Let me give you an idea. You can hear it. So
check out Keyshawn Noriega's new single, Only Me, out on all music platforms now. Keyshawn Noriega, Only Me, out now. Keyshawn Noriega, Only Me, out now on all music platforms. And follow Keyshawn at Only One Keyshawn on Instagram now.
So
shout out to Craig AC. He got the best radio voice.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so 30 seconds, that right there, you pretty much, a lot of people, 95% of people say, I heard the song on the radio. And they didn't hear it. But they constantly heard it. It's constantly being beat because of the fact that the radio ads, and they're so cheap.
Yeah.
So, and then from there, your songs start to get, DJs start, such as yourselves, DJs start to pick it up and play it in there, like, the mixes.
Mm-hmm.
Then they start playing them in the clubs and stuff. Now everybody outside now, so they start playing them in the clubs and things like that. So from after that, let that song grow, push it. You got to keep pushing. No matter what, and you got to sit on that song for again close to a year. And you got to start doing performances.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely got to do performances. And these showcases, these are development performances. These are people that you're in front of. You're in front of artists. Artists are the worst critics in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing about it is you got to be careful sometimes when you're performing, because your music can get your ideas. You're giving ideas away when you're performing in front of the artists. So just remember that as well.
With these independent showcases, is there a way to find out when they're going to be, where they're going to be?
Yeah, everybody know. Go to my page. I'm always putting up flyers.
Turn up.
Yeah. Be Mike Rob at Be Mike Rob. It's right there at the bottom of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Unique and Cheese Show. Keep it lit. It's right there.
Turn up.
So it's definitely you can always find that, and just look online. Just look for open mics and stuff like that. Those are development platforms.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main thing. So those are the things that I always try to tell independent artists to kind of like to get them to start buzzing, to get them to another level.
Now, is there something that you see or that happens or occurs that you're like, okay, now it's time to shoot a video?
Yes. Actually, you start to see the song on the streams. You start to see streams, and you can do the only video that you could do is the lyric video. Lyric videos, those are very impactful because of the fact that those lyrics, you can automatically, people, you get them to learn your song and stuff like that. I mean, even like the songs you have, catchy. Your music is catchy, and the high school tour, you had the perfect platform.
Yeah, that was cool.
Everything you need to do. You know what I mean? So those kind of things are very, very, very important. when it comes to that. So when you get that, when that starts to buzz, then you go ahead and shoot the music video, because what's going to happen is people are going to start looking for it. They're going to start looking for, not only you as an artist, but they're going to start looking for the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's my thing is when it comes before shooting a music video, because music video is expensive sometimes.
Yes.
Again, everybody has a camera and you can shoot without an iPhone, but it's just all about the editing.
Would you ever, if you had an artist that they have their sound, but what if they have like two different kind of sounds? Would you ever recommend them promoting two singles at one time? Like, this is for the ladies and this is for the street, or you know what I'm saying, or just one at a time?
No, I feel that there is ways to promote multiple singles. I definitely feel that they are, but it's just how you promote them. How you're going to promote them, because if you're saying this is for the ladies, you should be tagging only girls on the phone. I mean, on their phones and stuff like that. Put it out to that. If you're saying this is for the streets, and that's what you should be tagging. You can't mix them up, because once you start mixing that stuff up, you start to confuse people.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So the main thing is just the marketing on that. Marketing is very, very, very important when it comes to a lot of this stuff. And people sometimes they just don't really understand how important it is to market for marketing. They jump ahead of the game and not understand that the marketing is going to be what's really going to push that record and you as an artist.
As an independent artist that might be listening in, how do you keep the marketing budget down? Like, as important as it is, and you know what I'm saying, we got starving artists out here. How do they keep that marketing budget down, knowing that they still have to do it?
They meet people like me and you.
Word.
You know what I mean? They utilize us as resources, because the thing with me is that I have credibility in the music industry. I can go to every label and get in and get a meeting. But the main thing is that I'm never gonna take you in for a meeting. Just like when we took Silento in for his meeting, we had to make sure that his numbers were right and the song was buzzing. And then, because if you take somebody in there that's not ready, and they feel like, oh no, Mike is bringing us some bull crap, then what's going to happen is that's going to spread through the industry.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're going to be like, I don't like Mike, man. He bringing that bullshit in, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you
definitely got to be careful when it comes to that. Definitely got to be careful when it comes to that. So I just utilize us as resources. Talk to us, we talk back. But understand this, there's a value to everything. Treat me how you expect to be treated. Treat me how you treat McDonald's and 7-Eleven. When you go in there, you have a mind frame to pay, at least say, I don't have much, man, but can I make payments or can I offer you something?
Word.
Let me be the judge to say, no, that's good, bro. I got you on this one.
Yeah.
Don't just step to me saying, I need this, man, I need that. Because I'm a firm believer is the way you start is the way you're going to finish. If you start off by not respecting me and just demanding, that's our whole working relationship is going to be that forever. And then when you change, I'm the hater.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's why I always try to tell a lot of people, man, we're going to start off, just understanding that you're always going to have to have some type of budget just to rock with me, or to even get me to be able to do something for you, because I can't go. I mean, these are, they're my friends and they're my associates, but I say, here, man, here's $100. Man, just can you, blah, 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 blah. And that's just out of respect, because I'm bringing an artist in and I know it's taking up their time and they're giving me that, they're giving me that time. So I want to respect that sometimes. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And if I do something on as a favor, they know it's a favor, and then it'll be rebuttal.
I want to have a quick good morning to Cheetah Girl just joining us. Go ahead, KK.
Well, you've been in this industry for quite a long time with your experience. How have people changed from when you first started out to current days? What are the attitudes like of these new up-and-coming artists that are coming to you and saying, I need help? Are you seeing more of appreciation, or is it, because I feel like there's less of thankfulness, less manners, less of so much going on.
They feel deserving. these artists nowadays, they act like they're deserving.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that they deserve this.
Mm-hmm.
Not understanding what work is, having the work ethic. They really, so that's where I think a lot of them have been just misled. You know, I mean, it's three things that I always, and Unique knows, it's three things that I pride myself to when it comes to of how I became successful. And I followed in this order, and that's God, family, and education.
Mm-hmm.
And with those three things, you'll be successful no matter what you do in life. But it's what's happening now with with a lot of the youth and the younger artist generation. They feel like I said, they feel like they're deserving because someone told them that they're hot. And if it's not only their friends, it's someone on the internet that's, that pretty much look up to them or whatever. And that they're not even developed. That's the whole development program has went out the window. When record labels didn't have those budgets anymore, that's when social media came into play to take that over.
Mm.
So it became artist development. Well, if they're hot on social media, then they must be hot.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to put that $100,000 budget of developing them anymore. So that's the difference when it comes to artists. They don't care when it comes to that. It's like they want what they want when they want it, and somebody told them they are hot.
Mm-hmm. And what's unfortunate too, when reality hits them hard, because a lot of people think it's about the social media numbers, but if your social media numbers doesn't equal money, then you just have social media numbers. Like if you so hot, what are people buying from you?
Exactly.
If no one's buying anything from you, it don't mean anything to be hot.
I'm so glad you said that, because you can people will tell you they have so many fans
mm-hmm.
and can't sell 5 tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a big difference.
You can give them 10 tickets and they can purchase those tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what I tell them. I say, okay, you're going to purchase these tickets because I'm not going to be chasing you down on the day of the show looking for the ticket money.
Yeah.
So you tell them, if you like say, hey, you know what? Okay, you purchase these 10 tickets and you sell them or you give them away. It's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
5% of the time they give them away.
Yeah.
In your opinion.
Yes. I'm sorry.
In your opinion, like American Idols, America's Got Talent, all these talent shows have now started at least 10 years ago. How has that changed the industry? Because that is putting a lot of regular people out there with a lot of times, I don't want to say no talent, because they have the talent to have that courage to get up there to do what they do. But I feel like that has also made a lot of people think that they could do something that is not necessarily for them. How does that change? Did that change the industry? And
that became that's man. You got some girl. Are you on the internet asking questions, KK? Because you got some good questions. So reason I'm saying that is because of the fact that the question you guys are bringing up is so like on point when it comes to this industry, and because I'm also executive talent scout. I do American Idol call me, America's Got Talent, and So You Think You Can Dance. They call me for the talents, but I'm just saying, I really don't believe in the shows like that. The reason for that is because of the fact that it's changed how artists develop now, because what's happening is that record labels didn't have the budget to hire the A&Rs like they used to have. That's what's called artist repertoire. They don't have that budget anymore. So what they did is they said, you know what? Why don't we just, get on the backs of the TV shows and let them find the talent and let it be entertaining to everyone else. In these shows, I mean, it's so unfortunate for a lot of these artists that you guys see like on the shows, because some of them don't really make it in the industry because of the simple fact that once they got into a certain round, they got pretty much they're signed for up to 5 years. So even after over. They can't do anything.
Wow. Ouch.
So that hurts their careers when they don't win or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you made it to television, if you make it to television, you're signed. You have a contract.
Oh, that hurts. Then now you don't get the deal. You and you got to sit there for 5 years.
5 years, or if somebody wants to come sign you, or if somebody wants to come deal with you, they have to contact the network.
Crazy.
Right, because this is a situation we know our friend Ashley, who was on So You Think You Can Dance, and she made top 8. And I believe they have something like, if you make top 8, you have to tour and you have to be part of certain things. And if you're less than top 8, I don't think you still can do much outside, but you're not touring. I guess, like you say,
they become your agency. They become your agency. They become your manager. They become all that. And that's what ruins a lot of people, because it's like once you get popular on TV, what happens is like when you come off TV and you don't make it, but people know you and you're still recognized, you can't do anything without, because you don't contact for like sometimes it's like the next 5 years.
That's crazy.
A lot of artists that's been on TV, they don't make it to the next level anymore because of the fact that people don't want to have to go deal with a network to sign you if you've been popular. And the network is looking at it like, well, we made you popular. So we're going to get something out of this if you try to go somewhere else.
Which what's so unfortunate is that I understand both sides of the game.
You do.
I get it. If I own a TV show and I pay all these millions of dollars for advertising and blah, 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 and this right here too, no, you can't come get Justin Farini to come be on your show. I'll let you know if Justin could be on your show. And here Justin's like, but it's me singing. It's like, nah, son, you were singing in the grocery store. Like I put you on TV.
I discovered you. Exactly.
Yeah. So I get it. I get both sides. I really do.
And that's where it comes into play that you have to have people. And again, a team is very important. You have to have some people that can walk you through this stuff, because when people want, and I tell a lot of if there's any young ladies on this chat right now, or even when you see it after, in this industry, it's tough for the young ladies because of the stuff that's out there now. They feel like they have to say certain things and do certain things to get attention, which is messing up our future. I mean, it's a lot of lots of. I mean, everybody feel like they have to show their body. They got to twerk. They got to even get attention now, especially for the young ladies in the industry. It's tough for you. It's tough for them, especially male dominant industry. And then the ladies that come in, it's not like Yo-Yo. It's not like
Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah. You know what I mean?
Moni Love, Rhapsody. Yeah.
Exactly. So. It's really messed up for me right now, I think. So it's like every time I even book a young lady for independent showcase and stuff like that, I already know it's like I can already know what she's going to say. She's going to talk about the guy getting the bag. She's going to talk about tell him to whatever so you can get the money. And she's going to talk about how bad of a bee she is. But if somebody else call her that, she going off. And I mean, it's like, it's just so like repetitive. And I try to tell a lot of people, it's like, I even tell them sometimes, stop listening to what's on the radio and do your own thing, because you're copying what's on the radio. You're not getting anywhere because automatically it's already been said on the radio. And then when you brought up earlier about, how does, you talk about all the friends you have, but how do you get paid on that, right? How do you get paid? It's like every, I don't care what anybody says, every family, I can't say every family, but 90% of the families have at least 20 siblings in their family. You can't get 20 siblings in your family to buy your song for 99 cents. That's your siblings.
Yeah.
It's just start right there. If you can't get that, it's kind of, you know what I mean?
But I've always wanted to get into the psychology of why they don't. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's real hard to get family and friends to support you. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that, but you this is what I say. I always challenge every artist.
Mm-hmm.
Get 100 ones. Don't go to the strip club. Don't go anywhere else. Get 100 ones. And if you're in LA or if you're in Vegas or wherever you are, New York, whatever, you go to Times Square, New York, you can go to the Las Vegas Strip, or you can go to Hollywood Boulevard. Walk down that street and tell a person, I'm going to give you $1 to download my song.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I'll give you $1 just to download my song. You're only every person that downloads your song, you're only going to lose 20 cents. So you're going to get 80 cents. They're only taking 20 cents off of every download.
Word.
So you're going to at least get 80 cents every dollar you give away.
Wow. Smart move. Good investment.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself.
An investment. You was going to spend $100 anyway.
If I look at it, I look at this industry, every time I talk to somebody, and you're the same way, Unique, because we've been on tour together. You're the same way when it comes to, I am a people person, for one. Everything that every time I talk to a person, it's a 15-second elevator pitch. I'm pitching myself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're on that, just imagine yourself on an elevator. You're on the elevator with Russell Simmons. He's getting off at the top floor. You got 15 seconds. Pitch yourself for Russell to say, come on out here in my office. I want to talk to you.
Word.
So everything I do in life is a 15-second pitch. When I'm meeting someone or I'm networking with somebody. And if I'm in the room and I know everybody in that room, I'm in the wrong room.
Oh, God.
You understand? It's networking.
Yeah.
How long did it take? Did you get comfortable to make that pitch just every time you came around to a new person to introduce yourself? Because in the beginning, it had to be a little uncomfortable, and you needed to get your words right to do that. So,
and you know how I learned that, though? You know how I learned that? Being on elevators. When everybody's quiet, I just start talking, hey, how's everybody doing today? Because then it breaks the ice.
Yeah.
Everybody starts to talk after that, if you notice.
Right.
I'm the ass on the elevator. It's like, oh God, here we go.
Being on an elevator, it's like an awkward situation. Hey, it's feels uncomfortable.
He's not a morning person.
Oh, yes, I am. It depends on which morning it is.
I don't know. You KK, you know that, but I'm just saying. When I've been on an elevator in the mornings, we coming down to get in the van. Until he hits the stage. Now, when he hits the stage, there's a whole different person.
Mm-hmm. I have a question for you, Mike, Rob. So, have you ever had an artist that you end up passing on and they became successful? And if so, why did you pass on them?
I think like KK said, when we were talking about how some of them feel like they're deserving.
Right.
It's been a couple artists that I've passed on. I don't know if you guys ever heard of World Class Heroes.
Mm-hmm. I have not.
Okay, Jim here, World Class Gym Heroes. So they were
World Class Gym Heroes. Yeah. I remember them. Yes.
Yeah. So I passed on them, and they were. That's Tyga's cousins because when I was developing Tyga, that's what, and they came out with the song Coconut back in the day, Tyga and stuff like that. But because they felt like, because one of them is Berry Gordy's nephew, and they felt like I already made it, But and that's the reason that that's one of the reasons. There, who else was it? It was.
Is that Travi? Is that his nephew, Travi?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, snap. I didn't know that.
I thought somebody was knocking at the door. I'm like,
I know.
I was like,
oh, Travi. I was like, yeah, he does look like the dudes from LMFAO. Man, Berry Gordy got children everywhere, or nephews and nieces everywhere.
But yeah, so that was one, and there was another artist and you guys probably, I don't know if you guys probably remember this artist, but back in the days, it was I don't know if you ever heard of Keek the Sneak.
Keek the Snake. I know Keek the Snake.
Yeah. I heard of him.
Because it was more so affiliations and stuff like that, and I didn't really want to be a part of, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, it's been a couple, but at the same time, we always cross paths, and I tell everybody never burn any bridges, because I may be that person that be holding that rope that you may need to cross. If you one day cross my bridge somehow, some way, if you're in this music industry. So
word.
Yeah, that was some of the ones that
I've noticed, this is my own personal opinion, that a lot of people don't invest in their stage show. You know what I'm saying? And to a certain degree, I find that the crowds aren't really holding anybody up to any kind of standard, you know what I'm saying, whatsoever. They can go on stage, they can rap along to the track with the vocals and stuff still on it. It's not exciting to see anybody live, in my personal opinion, unless it's Chris Brown or somebody like that. So how important it is, or do you tell the artist how important it is to have a good stage show?
Yes. And that's where a lot of them in the development stages, that you definitely got to have a stage show no matter what. Even if I don't care if there's like 10 people in the audience. The main thing I always tell everybody, you perform like it's 10,000 people in the audience. Because what's happening is they don't really understand that all they have to do is get your friend, have them stand at the front of the stage, record you. You're performing like it's 10,000 people. That video can go out to get you booked shows.
Word.
You know what I mean? So that's a lot of people don't understand. And nowadays, I mean, we know how to edit a crowd in.
Word.
I mean, we'll put a Rolling Loud crowd in there, and you see you on the stage performing. We'll put a Rolling Loud crowd in there.
Word.
That's all. You know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah,
the stage presence is very important and engaging. But see, that's why I think that you've been so successful, especially when it comes to engaging with the kids as well. When it comes to your school tours, that's why I think that they put you in there, because you are really, really, really engaging with the kids. That's one thing about it. You, by the time you leave, you got their attention. You know what I mean? So and that's you do your stage show as well. Because when you go out there as a DJ, you have to get that crowd amped to get it going, and you know how to get that crowd going for the artists to come on. Because the artists, they're not known, and when they come up there, by the time they come up there, they got a whole cheer. Because he throws in like, okay, let's practice right now. So UnieQ think he's slick, because UnieQ will say something like, okay, we're gonna rehearse right now. And they'll all like go crazy in the crowd, right? But they don't notice it. I see that when UnieQ is saying, let's rehearse, they don't notice that I see the videographer getting that video, the crowd screaming, going crazy.
Yep.
So what happens is that in post, when they edit, they got that footage of you telling the crowd to go crazy.
And it wasn't a lie, because they did it, you see?
Exactly. So when the audience aren't going crazy over the
artists,
they use that footage.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, that's the main thing, is stage show is very, very, very important, man. And that's just what it is. And some of us got it naturally, and some people just don't, because they don't really apply themselves, and they pretty much their team is just pretty much taking money and not even understanding what it really takes to really develop an artist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's one of the biggest things is development. You got to develop. One thing about, that's unfortunate in this industry is that us as parents, and I'm a parent, but I haven't been guilty of this, but parents will go sign their kids up for basketball, baseball, football, soccer, cheerleading, and anything else, everything else, right? And they'll pay those traveling fees and all that stuff, thousands of dollars. Not one time will they ask the coach, when is my son getting paid?
When are they getting paid?
When is my son or daughter going to get paid while they're playing football, basketball, while they're developing? But in music,
they told me they don't want to do it professionally.
But in music,
I probably would have.
But in music, first thing we ask once we start putting the kid in development,
where's the money? Yeah,
when we getting paid.
When we getting paid?
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't realize that it still has to be. They still have to be developed.
Yeah.
They'll go through all these years in the sport and may not even make it to the NFL. But whatever one time bring up, well, I spent all this money and you didn't even make it to the NFL.
That's a good point.
But when it comes to music, I spent all this money and you didn't even make no money back. When you getting paid?
That's a good point.
Being natural that maybe these parents or whoever is involved, they don't feel that it takes that much work to get these songs recorded, that get these performances out there. Like, you know, with soccer, volleyball, these athletes, you see them training from a very young age to develop, to get better and better and better throughout the years. But if this 11-year-old just all of a sudden belts the most magnificent thing, they may just automatically like, all right, well, it's time to collect, instead of knowing that maybe that's just one song this person has perfected.
Development.
Other ranges that he still needs to work on that they're not aware of, because when you're not educated in that particular topic, all you know is what you know, and you know that, oh, okay, well, Whitney Houston's singing, she's a millionaire.
That's what they see, though. But that's what you can say that with. Hey, Emmitt Smith, he was he's a millionaire and he was a football player. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that's where does that mind frame come into play, that us as executives are coaches as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like we get the bad end of the stick when we're trying to develop an artist and get them to the next level. But it's like when it comes to sports, it's let's do it.
Word.
Do you see the signs of these parents or associates seeing you as money?
You know what? I look at the fact that they say, you know what? He's well, I think it's because of the bad experiences they've had.
Yeah.
So they're trying to. What it is that if they spent $100,000 on somebody else and they got nothing, they come to me and say, "Well, we need to get this $100,000 back."
Word.
Oh.
You understand what I mean? And that's the downfall, because of the fact it's like, well, you haven't even gave me a chance to develop this person as an artist, and you're already asking for money.
You
know, so it's like you can't just expect that. So I tell everybody right away, I can't guarantee anything. All I can do is be the coach, and you got to be the player. But remember this: just because you walk away, the coach lasts longer than the player.
Turn up.
I'm always have a job. I'm not the player. I'm the coach. Coach is always going to have a job. Player's going to get replaced.
Percentage-wise. Because it feels like the biggest thing with most artists and even their parents that want to be with them, no one wants to listen. So percentage-wise, what would you say the percentage-wise of people who actually listen and the people who are like, and really don't take heed to what you're saying? Like, how many actually listen when you say this is the game? 25%.
25% out of 100%.
Wow, 25% of like, tell me what to do, coach, and I'm going to do what you say.
Yeah, 25%. And I've had a couple. And when I say 25%, I've had a couple of them that you know, and they went through the development process. And granted, you know, when you're dealing with kids or you're dealing with younger artists and stuff, it depends that you have to be really mentally strong and mentally prepared for this, because if you're not mentally prepared for rejection, you're not going to last in this field. You're not, because it's always going to be some type of rejection. I tell them all the time, you'll get 99 no's, but that 100 yes, those 99 no's prepared you for that 100 yes.
Turn up.
So that's what it is. And a lot of them don't. And again, if you're not willing to take constructive criticism, you know, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And especially in this industry, because it's not only the executives that's going to give you that constructive criticism. It's going to be people in general. That's not that's not going to like your stuff, or that's so you're going to get that. And I tell them all the time, you got to work hard. You got to work hard. Some songs catch, some songs don't. But if you also got to remember this: if nobody remembers your song when it's not playing, it's going to be tough. I don't have that record yet. So it's those kind of things that I try to instill into an artist and develop in their mindset. The mindset is very important, man. If you don't have a mindset for this industry, you think you do, and you think it's easy, because I can go outside and throw a rock at a tree and a rapper will fall out.
Word. True that.
2 minutes later after that, his producer will fall out. Everybody is doing it. What can you do that's different than what everybody else is doing? So,
what's crazy about that is like, what can you do that the other people aren't doing? And it's like, be yourself.
That's it.
And it's so hard, but people don't want to do that. Well, I see Drake does it like this, so let me be Drake. Or I see whoever else does it like that, let me just do it like that. And it's like, that's not your story. Just be yourself. You wouldn't believe who wants to hear your story.
Exactly. And that's what it is. But I think what happens is that when they get a deal and get signed, they're kind of like the puppeteers take over. Because they want it so bad. And it goes back to, like I said, being a young lady in this industry. They want it so bad that they're willing to do anything they can to just get to that next level. And it's not really, it's not really helping them. And so you gotta definitely you gotta have mindful, same-minded, like-minded people with you, around you. And it's unfortunate for my nephew, because just like I know, that I had him on a straight and narrow.
Yeah, he was a good kid.
He's a good kid. He's a millionaire.
It's a good kid.
One mistake, because you let other people get in your ear, that pretty much made you stray from me. And now look.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. So
yeah. Oh man, damn! Time went by so fast.
Man, we're having a ball right now.
I know. Let me do before KK. Oh,
go ahead.
I was gonna do
for the young ladies that you just spoke of that want to get to the next step. Now that they're at the next step, do they have to keep up whatever it is to stay at that level, to move on to even a greater area? Are they constantly pressured, or do their talents eventually take over and say, hey, my talent is taking over from here? Do they even get that opportunity?
Yeah, once you develop a fan base and people that like you, you have the control to dictate how you want things ran, because these are your fans now. You know what I mean? These people are following you. So now it's not, I built your fan base. No, you built your fan base, but we helped you build that fan base. Now it was a team effort. So, but now it's kind of like going to you got a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. When you get into the industry, you're in your freshman level. You become a sophomore. You got a little. You can talk a little bit. You become a junior. You got a little more time to talk. Or you become a senior, and you're graduating. You're directing your career.
So a lot of times during their sophomore years, I know in the school area, that's when they get big-headed, because I've gone through this hard freshman year.
They're not a freshman. They got their own lockers.
Question. So I got one more quick question, and then we'll get out of here, because it seems like majority of the people you work with are in their youth and coming up. For any of the older artists, is it ever too late?
I don't think it's ever too late, because there is a fan base for everybody. It's just how you market yourself as an artist.
Word.
You know what I mean? Because I'm still doing shows with Sugar Free.
Turn up, one of the greatest.
You know what I mean? MC8. I'm
one
still
of the greatest
with them. So it's like, that's your ramification. And they're in their 50s, pretty much.
Word.
Like there's never too late. You know, it's just a fact of what you're putting out there. Don't try to keep it young. Stay yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Snoop, Too Short, E40, and all them, they're smart with it because of the fact that they keep youth around them, younger people around them.
Word.
People, you know, in the youth minds.
Got you, man. Be my Rob.
Man.
Thank you so much, brother, for being on the show today, man. I got a ton more questions for you and stuff. We got to have you back whenever you can. We got to have you back,
man. You already know. You call me, I'm gonna come back, bro. I don't even get up at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Not up to you.
Well, we appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, we do appreciate you. Anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Yeah. You guys keep tuning in to the Unique and Cheese Show, as well as KK Show too. You guys keep tuning in. You guys also make sure that you guys follow me at BMikeRob on all social media platforms, and make sure that you guys, no matter what, is build a team around yourself, because teamwork makes the dream work. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win.
Turn up.
Let's keep that close to the heart. So you already know the three things on my way out: God, family, and education.
Turn up.
That's no matter what you do. I'm your boy Big Mike, aka Mike Rob. This is Unique and Cheese Show, and I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Most definitely.
Cheese, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Love, peace, and happiness.
Miss KK?
Thank you, Big Mike Rob. We really appreciated having you here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us once again. We greatly appreciate it. Please continue to stay safe, and we hope to see you next week.
Word. Everybody have an amazing weekend this weekend. We'll see you next Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Unique and Cheese Show. Once again, thank you so much, Big Mike Rob. We'll see you guys next week.
Man.
Peace.
Peace.